Hello and welcome back to our HIP Roman Restoration campaign. In our last episode, we completed another war against Croatia, taking the last piece of land that we needed for Tier 2 of our Imperial Reconquest. So we're now on to Tier 3, which gives us CBs against Italy, the Levant, and Central and Eastern North Africa. So we now have an embarrassment of targets to choose from. We can choose to focus on the Seljuks over here, for example, or anywhere in North Africa, or anywhere in Italy. And also we fulfilled our ambition to win a war, so that's a nice little bonus. We'll just choose to convert a province again. But I think for our first war, we might look towards Rome itself. Or our first war in Tier 3. Anyway, obviously not our first war. The cries of fighting men, the splatter of red blood, the clashing of weapons everywhere, you scream and shout in your dream unaware of your surroundings, of who is your friend and who is your enemy, swinging your sword without regard, lost in your battle rage, and the hellish terror that is battle. Gain 1 prestige. Okay, well, how strong is the Pope? He has 11,000 men, okay. Meanwhile, we can raise 5,000 from Italy. Alright, well, we can certainly take him. And he doesn't have any allies. I don't think there's any reason not to do it. It will give us more moral authority, which is also a bonus, once we control Rome. Which I assume is one of these, yes. So sure, let's go for it. Imperial Reconquest of Latium, I guess that is just all of his land. Declaring war on someone defending against heathens costs us an additional 100 piety. Fine, we can afford it. Of course, we also have this revolt going on in Sicily, but it looks like actually Italy does not have quite enough troops to deal with that themselves. Let's see. We can maybe help them. In the meantime, we'll just raise troops from over here, I think. How many is this? 12,000 is just enough to outnumber the Pope, but I think we should go a little bit further. And we'll go ahead and raise our domain troops too. Okay, 20,000 should be plenty. We'll actually gather them together over here and I'll transport them across by boat. Should be a bit faster. Okay, a subject is being converted. So I'm kind of counting on the Italian army to actually help us out in this battle, because obviously by ourselves we're outnumbered. But I think they should do that. If they don't, I'll be annoyed. During a visit to Pempton, the Duke of Chaldea and his entourage were accosted by brigands who made off with several valuables. Efforts to catch the thieves have failed, and the Duke is now demanding compensation from the Cephale, which I believe is a mayor. The matter has been brought for arbitration at your court. Well, obviously we'll side with the Duke. Or we can personally compensate the Duke, which pleases both parties. I guess we can afford that, so we may as well. Oh, excellent. You are no longer content to rest on your laurels. The problems facing your realm are legion, and clearly no one can fix them but you. So we gain the trait Ambitious. Well, I think we're going to need to be ambitious to take on all of this conquest we have to do for Tier 3, so that's good. We'll wait for our morale to recover here, which it pretty much has. Okay, looks like Sicily is heading in with us, or Italy. They'll be there the day after. I think we're attacking into plains here, which we are. So this should be a good battle. Crossed a river, but that shouldn't be a huge problem. Actually, we're at 100, so no need to fight a follow-up battle. We'll just enforce our demands, execute him, and send this army up here in the direction of Rome. Send the rest of our troops around by boat. They should actually get there first. I have a new duke who is pretty pleased with me. My son Maximus has a tender and loving soul, trusting everyone in the castle. I fear he will get hurt someday. I don't mind him becoming kind, that's okay. Alright, so let's take our 20,000 and march on Rome. Ordinarily, I wouldn't lead an army myself, but since we're marching on Rome itself to reclaim it for the Empire after so long, I think it's appropriate that I do so. The feuding between the Duke and this other Duke has reached our court and can no longer be ignored, as your vassals both have brought their grievances against each other to you in the hope of garnering your support. You can gain prestige, annoy them both, or support one or the other. Well, they're both about the same strength, so I'm not sure which one I clicked there. Okay, well, never mind. I'm sure it doesn't matter too much. Okay, so that Duke has created that duchy title up here. That's fine. No sign of the actual papal army. I imagine it might be marching around this way somewhere. Like in the fog of war up here. Although actually the Pope was defending against infidels, wasn't he? So possibly that's where his army is. Down here, wherever that war is. Ah, I guess he has a holding in here. I see. Well, that makes sense. Kind of a shame if we're not going to be able to actually fight the Pope. But that's okay. I'm not going to complain about it. Our daughter has come of legal age and became a fortune builder. Alright. Which does remind me that we should give our son to a different educator, assuming we haven't improved our own education trait in the meantime. Arranged marriage from the Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire. He wants to marry a prince to my daughter. Okay, I accept. I mean, we're probably going to have to fight him for the rest of Italy at some point, but we don't have to do that immediately. Okay, we'll release an extremely large amount of prisoners that the Pope apparently was holding in his dungeons. Roma has fallen before me, and my troops have collected everyone found within. I must now decide the fates of the unfortunate. Unfortunately, we don't actually get to capture the Pope, it looks like. But we'll take all of these other people prisoner. gain some technology as well. Okay, another siege. We're up to 27. So I guess we're going to have to do quite a few sieges here. May as well split this army in half and spread out a little bit. I guess we'll take the coastal counties. Are we in this one? I guess we are. Just so they can't land troops directly. Have to march them ashore. Oh, and we have dangerous factions, or perhaps not so dangerous. Well, we'll still bribe some of these people. Even if the faction isn't technically dangerous right now. Their siege, we're up to 49. Might not actually take that long. Gain tech points. Ooh, and I see a papal army here. It looks like they've actually hired a holy order or mercenary company. An old veteran has offered me some useful suggestions on how best to conduct the ongoing war. Sounds good. Let's see, only 1,300, so we can probably just take half of this army, say. This is forest, but that shouldn't be a huge problem. Don't need to fight this battle, I already dramatically led my army into the city, so pretty much all the involvement I need to have, I think. And we may as well just leave that in this county to siege. Sure, we'll let her free. We could ransom her, but that's fine. In fact, I wonder if releasing her like that gives us an opinion bonus with all of our vassals, or whether it would just be doing it directly and not by event. I don't see any opinion bonus here, so I guess we don't get it. My son is mastering the art of swordsmanship, that's good. We'll take prisoners. A vassal has contracted smallpox. Is that what is going around in this area? Apparently so. Let's hope it doesn't spread to the capital. Okay, another siege. We're up to 90%. So this one last siege in Rome should do it for us. Maybe. Or get us close at least. My son is not exerting himself in his studies. I'm starting to despair. So we can say he's just dense, in which case he'll become slothful. We can beat him into action. Probably become slothful. We can pray for his soul. He might become slothful. Or we can talk to him about being diligent, in which case he should lose the trait Slothful and probably become Diligent. Sounds good. He did not become Diligent. But at least he's not Slothful. And we do need to educate our other son, so let's do that. I guess he's second in line right now, so we should do it ourselves. Okay, that siege did indeed get us up to 100, so let's enforce demands. Alright, so let's see. We did indeed gain some of these ourselves. So I guess we could move our capital to Rome, which would be appropriate, I suppose. Maybe there's some event that does it for us. I'm going to unpause for a minute here and see if anything fires. Disband our troops, though. Our guy is offering to go through their newly acquired titles and distribute them. We'll decline his help. I'm kind of inclined to keep my capital over here. And not move it to Rome. You could always do it at some point in the future. It would involve usurping or revoking titles, but we could do that. We'll just grant out this land for now. To random people. I think I'd be more happy to do it later on when this is actually more central in our empire. Instead, we're basically moving our capital out to the fringes right now, which doesn't seem right. And we'll grant him the duchy title as well. With the city back under East Roman control, the Patriarchate of Rome has been properly restored as one of the episcopal sees of the Pentarchy in the Eastern Orthodox Church. If all 5 historical patriarchates are returned to the Pentarchy, the great schism between the Eastern and Western churches may finally be mended. God be praised. So we gain 100 piety. And we do indeed have one of the Pentarchs under our control, or we should have. We still need Jerusalem and Alexandria, of course, but I believe this tier gives us claims on both of those. So we'll be able to do that pretty soon. Last year you ordered the execution of a man who supposedly committed a number of heinous crimes. New developments reveal that he was in fact innocent. Though the real criminal has been caught, the commoners are enraged as this man was well known throughout the land for his good deeds. They think me a tyrant, but I made a mistake. So we get angry at the peasants, giving us, oh dear, 10% revolt risk, which is actually pretty bad. We're definitely going to get some revolts in the next few years because of this. Okay. Assuming this will update at some point. You usurped the theme of Croatia, that's fine. Is this because he's holding the... he's holding this himself and hasn't appointed a bishop? So he'll accept this, it'll annoy him and annoy our other vassals. Then we could appoint a bishop ourselves, which I'm assuming is something that I should have done while I held it myself previously. I think I'll avoid doing this because I don't really want to annoy everyone. Maybe he'll appoint somebody eventually. A large shrine dating back to antiquity has been recently unearthed in Nicomedia, made of stone. Its survival is testimony to its strength and sturdiness. As the shrine was found in territory belonging to you, you have a say in what should be done with it. While it is not large enough to be converted into a modern temple, perhaps it might have some other use. We can use its stone in construction projects, convert it into a modern shrine, leave it be, or allow the commoners to use the stones. I think we'll actually do this, because this will pretty handily cancel out the plus 10 revolt risk that we just got. Yes, let's. Sounds good. Seems like he is just going to hold on to that for basically no reason. Okay. During a visit to Ainos, this guy and his entourage were accosted by brigands. We'll just personally compensate him and make everyone happy. Alright, well, we're just about out of time for this episode, so we'll leave it here. Thanks for watching, and join me again next time.